Minecraft Let's Plays are a common trend which has died out in the last couple of years, but many Let's Plays have important value to us because I know for a fact that I would never have begun playing Minecraft or even PC games in general if it wasn't for one certain Let's Play, X's Adventures in Minecraft. And I know the same can be said for many of you, whether it was X's Adventures in Minecraft, PaulsoaresJr, or whoever. Many of us began playing Minecraft due to watching somebody else play it in a Let's Play. But today's video isn't about those guys. Today, I'm going to be talking about the longest Minecraft Let's Play, which still exists and is actually still running with lots of success. The Let's Play which I'm talking about is currently on episode 544 and began almost 10 years ago now, in December of 2010. If you haven't guessed it already, the Let's Play series which I'm talking about is Etho Plays Minecraft by Etho's Lab, or more commonly known as Etho. Let me give you a quick background of Etho for those of you who are unaware of who he is, or for those of you who do not know much about him. Etho is a popular Minecraft YouTuber who currently has over 2 million subscribers. He is arguably one of the most loyal fan bases on YouTube, as his videos always tend to get between 350 and 450,000 views, and many viewers often mention in the comments how they have been watching him for multiple years now. Etho also rarely makes thumbnails and never ever clickbaits, which we see commonly with other YouTubers, opting to take a screenshot of his Minecraft character in third person majority of the time. Any other YouTuber who would do this would fail to get significant views or would lose views, but not Etho due to his very loyal fanbase. His first video was posted on November the 13th, 2010, named Minecraft Boat Dispenser, which showed off a redstone contraption he made which would shoot a boat out from underwater at the press of a button. As you can see in the video, there were no dispensers at this time, and he has a series of doors lined up connected to redstone, which when activated would open and move the boat forwards into another compartment, allowing for the ability to have multiple boats stored and ready to go. At the time, this was groundbreaking, as redstone wasn't nearly as advanced as it is today, and players only had a basic knowledge of how it worked. His next 7 videos would be of similar nature, all showing off neat contraptions Etho had built, and he even did a world tour. From these videos, Etho became well known for his redstone abilities and knowledge of Minecraft mechanics, being the first to come up with some incredible redstone contraptions, such as the ticker, which was one of the first redstone clocks. The ticker functioned due to a feature in the game at the time, which allowed one minecart to push another if they were placed somewhat adjacent on 2 separate rail tracks, as at the time there were no powered rails. The minecart would go side to side and go over a pressure plate at each end, which would give off a redstone signal every second or so, functioning as a simple clock or timer. Another one of Etho's famous early inventions is EATS, which stands for Etho's Advanced Transportation System, a build which allowed boats to move at fast speeds by breaking up water with a block gap. At the time, this was arguably the fastest way to travel around, and he would make tutorials for how to build the transportation system so other players could incorporate it into their own worlds. This design no longer works in newer versions of the game, however, because boat mechanics were changed in later versions. Etho became very well known on the Minecraft forums for his many builds and contraptions, as well as accumulating a small YouTube following, as you can see by this early screenshot of his channel from December the 3rd, 2010. His videos would manage to get a few thousand views, which was quite impressive for early YouTube. So now you have some background to who Etho is. Let's talk about his famous Let's Play series. Etho began his Let's Play series on December the 18th, 2010, on Minecraft Alpha version 1.2.6. In his first episode, he did what any Minecrafter would do with a new world, which is gather materials, make some tools, and go mining. The difference between Etho and other Let's Players at the time was that Etho already had lots of experience with the game, and wasn't learning it while playing. This would allow him to progress faster than other Let's Players, and also provide his viewers with more knowledge and information. He finished up his first episode with a small underground area.
Hey everyone, this is E to the T to your mum.
Etho would go on to make dozens of episodes for this series, but I'm not going to talk about everything he does in this world, otherwise we would be here for at least an hour. So I'm instead going to talk about some of his best or coolest builds, which he showcased in his 100 episode world tour special. His base was fairly large, especially for the time, and was nicely constructed out of wood, featuring a creeper face above the door. Etho also had a patch of clay near his base, which viewers kept on telling him to harvest in the comments, so instead of harvesting it, he placed a sign on it and left it to annoy his viewers. In his base, notable builds feature his storage room, which stores many different blocks and dispensers as well as chests. He also had a control room in the center of his base, which was able to control many of his redstone contraptions. Under his base was an old mob farm, which no longer functioned, as well as his famous EATS system, which we talked about earlier. In Etho's storage room, he would have a collection area for his farms, such as his cactus farm, but because there were no hoppers in this version of the game, the items would just sit on the ground until Etho picked them up, or they despawned. He also had a tree farm and a hostile mob farm below his base. Outside of his main base, Ether had a greenhouse for harvesting flowers and seeds using bone meal. But one of my favourite things in his world was his nether portal, where he built a fake nether in the overworld. Scattered around the world were also a bunch of experimental redstone contraptions, which may or may not have worked. Finally, he had his ice base, which as Etho said himself was the most complicated part of his world. The ice base had multiple mob farms, such as his passive mob farm, which would spawn in passive animals and kill them, as well as his new hostile mob farm. As you can see, the amount of things he built in this world was insane for the time, as many things such as enchanted tools, sprinting, elytras, etc. were not even in the game yet, making it significantly harder and slower to progress through the game. In episode 105, there are some big changes though, as Etho decided to switch to a new world with a new 1.0.0 update coming out. 1.0.0 was a major update, the largest at the time, and changed a lot of things such as how the terrain generated and what biomes existed. This was also the update that added the End, Strongholds and the Ender Dragon. Etho said one of the main reasons he started a new world was because the update would have caused chunk borders in his world and would have broken a lot of builds and farms. This update also added some new biomes such as the swamp biome, which changed the colour of the grass and the colour of the tree's leaves. The area where his base was turned into a swamp biome, changing the nice green colour of the grass and trees in the world into an ugly greyish colour, which he disliked a lot. He officially started the world in Beta 1.9 pre-release 2, which would later become version 1.0.0. Episode 105 began on September the 30th, 2011, and this is the world he is still playing on to this day. This world is also where his famous man cave base began, a base which was almost entirely underground. So because this Let's Play series is so long and has so many builds and creations, I'm just going to talk about his main ones. Let's start with his main base, the man cave. The man cave follows the natural cave-like generations, coating the floor with luscious grass and bordering it with wood. The ceilings, where not left as natural stone formations, are coated in leaves which hide glowstone lighting behind it. Etho has always mentioned how he loves hidden lighting and tries to use it everywhere in his base. This is the basis of his man cave. The main design consists of grass and a wood theme, which by itself has inspired many other people's base. I mean, look at my base in my survival world for example, very similar style to Etho's, even though mine is in a mountain. And the same can be said for other people as well, as I'm sure I wasn't the only one inspired by his man cave. As for farms and builds within his man cave, well, there are plenty. Here's a short list with some pictures. He has a mushroom farm, a melon and pumpkin farm, a slime farm, a double cave spider farm, a netherwart farm, coloured wool farm, mob farm, and even more. He also has other cool contraptions or builds in his base, such as an auto brewing area, an enchanting area, a nice storage area, a villager area, and it really just never ends, there's so much. But that's just in his man cave itself. He has many other builds and farms outside of his base, such as his snowflake iron farm, his library area where you can get any enchanted book you want at the press of a button, his desert village, massive wheat farm, and chorus fruit farm. There's also his mushroom tree farm, super smelter, guardian farm, and of course his famous You've Been Ethoed. Arguably one of his most impressive builds, however, is the Nexus, a massive item storage and retrieval system which is very unique and intricate, containing lots of redstone mechanisms and item sorters. There is a running joke on Etho's channel about how he always says he's going to finish the Nexus, but never actually does. There's so much in his world that I haven't covered, as it would take me at least an hour, but if you want to see more, you can go explore Etho's world for yourself, because every 50 episodes or so, Etho does a world tour and releases a world download to all his viewers. So aside from his main Let's Play, Etho has done many other series, and I'm going to briefly mention some of those. Etho is currently a member of Hermitcraft, first joining during 2015, and is also playing in Season 7 at the time of this video. But going back a bit earlier, another SMP Etho was a part of was Minecrack, initially joining in 2011. Minecrack was one of the first YouTuber vanilla SMPs, consisting mainly of Let's Play YouTubers from the period of 2011 to 2013. He left Minecrack during early 2015, as the group tried to grow their brand and become more money oriented, and Etho disliked this, stating he mainly plays Minecraft for fun. Etho has also done many modded series which have seen great success and still continues to start new ones regularly. Another series which is often forgot about is his Dwarves vs Zombies series with Pause Unpause, which was a large scale game whereby players would have to set up a large base and survive the onslaught of player controlled mobs. The goal of the game was for the players to either survive a certain period or for the mobs to overrun the players, killing them all. He has plenty more series, but you can go check out his channel if you want to see more. So Etho has one of the longest running and most popular Minecraft series to ever grace YouTube, and has inspired many people's bases or introduced many people to Minecraft. He is well known for his redstone abilities and impressive or unique builds, which to this day continue to amaze players. His Let's Play series is a one of a kind, and I sincerely hope he never stops it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to comment down below who got you into Minecraft. Make sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.